All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. This is PastorDowell. I'm telling you right now, I'm getting ready to say something based on your level of education is going to be very offensive. Yet and still, I want you to understand this. Listen, it's going to be actual, factual, and truthful. My question is, before I even get started on what I want to present here, is this. Why is it that in this country, that some things are better off left alone, that we never dig to get to the bottom line, to the truth of the matter, and then make progress from there? Go forth and make the necessary changes. That's my question. Because if you've been listening to me any length of time, you know that I tell you over and over and over again that I am not the institution that have reared you in fairy tales and lies. I'm not the one that has told you that Christopher Columbus discovered America, that some big old fat white man by the name of Santa Claus is going to give 7 billion presents to everybody in one night with a deer with a red nose flying across the sky. I'm not the one that teaches you that rabbit lay eggs, and I'm definitely not the one that teach you that God changed the Sabbath from the 7th day to the 1st day. So with all that said, most people would call me a truther. That's what they will say. And they will say there's nothing wrong. So my question is again and again and again, why does facts offend people? And why can't we just embrace the truth of the facts and actually go forward? Now, here it is. I don't mean any racism. I don't mean anything about this. There's no pun intended whatsoever at all about what I'm getting ready to state. But I'm going to ask this question to black and white America, because that's the designation. That's how they identify us. All right. And I want to see what type of character that one has, because I'm going to state a fact here. All right. The Star Spangled Banner was written by a slave owner. If you were white, you will call him a slave owner. If you were black, he would be called a slave master. Given today's environment and how much we tout education, 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 education. When a black person is educated on the history of the Star Spangled Banner, written by a white man that says that blacks are inferior, go Google it. Francis Scott Key. Should you, knowing that, should you stand for the Star Spangled Banner? Should you not exercise political dissidence? Should you bring attention to something that has been commonly perceived as what you'll call national pride, but when you really, truly look at it underneath the surface and stuff, they tell you one thing, but it really, truly represents another. What is the offense in protesting something that keeps you constantly, be it psychological, perceived, or not, in the same, not only political, but spiritual atmosphere of being regulated as an inferior people? Because in the Star Spangled Banner, it says, "And to the land of the free." Now, when we go back to when that was written, did that apply to black people? Did it? I mean, that is a question, $1 million question. Did it? And if it didn't, if you are a black person in this country where we're all supposed to be free, would not this Star Spangled Banner be representing racism instead of what they will want us? See, the truth is, no lie is of the truth and no truth is of the lie. Santa Claus is a fat lie. I'm serious. He's a flat out fat lie. And if you are a Christian, a Hebrew, a Israelite, a Messianic, Seventh-day Adventist, whatever flavor you want to be, a Muslim, if you celebrate that, you are celebrating lies. You celebrating Christmas, you are celebrating lies. And don't you dare tell your children to never lie to you when you're teaching them and rearing them in lies and fairy tales. That's a hypocrite. That's hypocrisy to the zenith, is it not? So why is it that in this area we can see that so clear? But then when we get something that's so nationally sensitive, because I'm a veteran and I don't believe that people protesting against the Star-Spangled Banner is disrespecting the military. I don't. As a matter of fact, veterans and active duty military, that is the sole purpose of them serving in the first place, is to give you that right to protest. Whether we like it, believe it, or not is totally irrelevant. You have the freedom, you have the liberty to not be scorned, to not be mocked, to not be derided and chided and ridiculed and literally ran through the gutter, the political atmosphere and gutter of racism, because you're not breaking any laws. You see, this is what I'm talking about. It's things like these that let all of us know if we have the spirit of truth or not. Do we have it or don't we have it? Or should we acquiesce? Or should we capitulate simply because it's politically correct to do it? And am I the one that's really truly stoking the fires if I'm stating facts to you that is perceived wrong? But when we get down to the nitty gritty of it, the bottom line is that it still represents what the framer represented. Why don't we just change the Star-Spangled Banner? Why don't we just come up with another national song to sing? Why don't we do that? And then that way we can make it correct for everybody and nobody has to ever worry about protesting. How about we do that? I mean, we're changing a lot of things in this world now. Why not just change that? I'm stating facts. Now, if this offends you, it's going to let you also know the reason why come you can't accept biblical truth in any fashion whatsoever at all. And it's just a literal saying. What saith you?